So I started thinking about what I was going to make. I thought at first, oh man, that'd be cool. I'll think outside the box. I'll make something that uses like every single piece I've been sent. As soon as they said, oh, we're going to send you a phone to film with, I thought, man, that'd be great if I could use the phone in the product. But I got to thinking about it a little more. I'm like, what could I really make that used the phone, and I wouldn't have to butcher it up, but it has to be 1-to-1, so the screen size has to be somewhat close. I thought, well, I could make like an original Game Boy. That would be pretty cool if I made something like that and get an app and emulate it and have a nice cardboard Game Boy. But I thought a little bit more about it, and not only do I not really make stuff out of cardboard, I also don't really play video games, so I don't think that's a really good project for me. I don't know, it feels a little fake, and it feels like, it doesn't feel very new. I feel like if somebody was given a phone and a lot of cardboard, they would probably immediately think, maybe I could make a Game Boy out of it. I don't know, that's not very me. I really can't tell you the last time I played a video game. I'm too busy doing this. So I got to looking around and I thought, man, what can I make? I'm not really that well versed in artistic cardboard recreations of everyday objects, as I'm sure most may not be. And I thought of this little thing I have in my kitchen. I use this almost every day. It's called Mocha Pot. If you haven't seen this before, it's a single cup coffee maker, and it unscrews, and what you do, you load your coffee into this little piece, and you put your water in the bottom here. You load it all together. What I like to do is it has a screen that'll pull the ground, filter the coffee through, but I like to put an extra coffee filter over this and actually thread it on. But what the idea is here is you get your water in the bottom and your grounds here, and as you heat it up, you build up pressure in this bottom section, and you force the water up past the ground, and then you force it up past the screen and my filter. There's a little rubber gasket here to keep things under pressure. And as the pressure from the steam forces the water through, bubbles out the top here. Takes about, I've got a gas stove, takes about 8 minutes to make a cup of coffee, which is perfect in the morning. I set the timer for 8 minutes, I turn it on, and I make my oatmeal, and then I have a cup of coffee. The great thing about this is it's so simple to me. The only really functional moving part, other than the fact that this separates and there's a little lid, is this check valve here, this little spring-loaded pressure relief, which I guess safety reasons you have to add one of those. This thing's been around since the 30s. I think it was patented in 1933, and it has really withstood the test of time, not only from a functional standpoint, but from an artistic standpoint. I think it's actually pretty beautiful. Now, a lot of people are kind of fabricating truths, I guess you could say, on what you're allowed to use, what you're not allowed to use. So I did what anyone else should really do. I emailed the producer and he said, oh, well, you can't use power tools, but I mean, you can use something like a ruler, anything that's not really a power tool, just for guiding. I'm not going to add anything to the finished product. I'm not going to use the ruler in the finished product. I'm not going to use the paper in the finished product. But I am going to use them as an aid to produce something. So that's totally fine, unless I've somehow misinterpreted an email I have here, but I'm more comfortable with that. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this and you don't ask questions like that, I don't really understand. You shouldn't just take everything at face value. Ask for clarification. All right, I'm going to cut this out. We might have to, I'll start a little bit big and we'll match it up the side and see how I did. label this one. I'm gonna have to do a little bit better job of like getting these nice lines in there and stuff, but you get the idea. So the idea is then I can glue this. Was I supposed to get glue in my kit? I don't have that. That's a problem. Not cool, guys. Not cool. So I talked to Will and Norm today on Skype. Let them know they didn't give me any glue, and they gave me permission to go out and buy some Elmer's glue. So surprisingly enough, this stuff isn't sold where you think it would be sold anymore. We ended up going to a bigger store to get it, but I was able to get some dinner at the same time too. So we've got glue now. No worries. Can build what I need. Not at any disadvantage. I figured they were just throwing me a curve. So made a little test piece yesterday, but I'll make it clear. I'm going for broke now. That sucked. This is gonna suck even more.